Hello Niners, this is a very short video about slope and inclination. Now you know that the angle of inclination of a line is very much related to the slope with this equation, theta equals tangent inverse of the slope. Now let's have this line, y equals 1 of x minus 1, and let's graph the line. The line is written in the y-intercept form. So you have here the y-intercept as -1 and the slope is 1/2. So graphing this quickly, the y-intercept is -1, so it's this point. The slope is 1/2, so doing rise and run will be rise 1 unit, run 2 units, will end here. So rise 1 and run 2. Connecting these 2 points will be the graph of our line. Now what can you say about the angle that this line makes with the x-axis? Obviously, the angle that in standard position, you always measure your angle from standard position, meaning from the positive side of the x-axis counterclockwise to the terminal side, which is your line. So this is the angle. Now obviously, the angle is what? It's an acute angle. So always remember that if you have a positively sloped line, you will always have an acute angle. And this would be the formula you use to get the angle of inclination. So the angle of inclination, theta, is simply tangent inverse of the slope, which is 1/2. So just use a scientific calculator to evaluate the exact measure of the angle in degrees, and you'll get in 2 decimal places 26.57 degrees. So obviously an acute angle. Now let's add this line, 2x plus 3y minus 6 is 0. And to graph the line, this time we will use the intercepts. What is the x-intercept of the line 2x plus 3y minus 6 is 0? The value of x when y is 0, you'll get the x-intercept would be 3. And then the y-intercept would be the value of y when x is 0, that would be 2. So just plot the x and the y-intercepts. X-intercept is here. The y-intercept is 2. Again, connecting, you graph the line. This is your line. And again, the angle in standard position would always be from the x-axis counterclockwise to your line. And obviously, the angle of inclination of this line is definitely more than 90 degrees. So therefore, it's an obtuse angle. So if you have a negatively sloped line, you will always have an obtuse angle. The slope of this line is of course negative 2/3. So you see, if you have a negatively sloped line, your angle will be obtuse. The formula that we used earlier will not be applicable here anymore. So you will use this instead with a slight correction, 180, adding 180 to your tan inverse. So the angle of inclination of the given line would be (180) plus the tangent inverse of negative 2/3. So just use again any scientific calculator to evaluate the exact measure in degrees. Make sure that your calculator is always set in degree mode. So you will get here in 2 decimal places 146.31 degrees. Obviously an obtuse angle. Okay, let's have this for practice. What is the angle of inclination measured in standard position of the following lines? What y equals 4x plus 5? The slope is obviously positive 4. So we are sure that this is an acute angle, and the formula to use is simply this for acute angle. So this is the formula to use. Theta equals tan inverse m. So the answer here would be, of course, that tan inverse 4. Next, y equals negative 3x plus 11. The slope is negative 3. Now, we have a negatively sloped line. We have a negatively sloped line. The formula to use to get the angle of inclination would be this, with that adjustment in the formula, adding 180. So this is for obtuse angle, this is for acute angle. So number 2, the angle of inclination would be 180 plus tan inverse negative 3. Okay. Number 3, what is the slope of this 5x plus 2y minus 7, 0? The slope is negative 5 halves. Again, we have another negatively sloped line. The angle of inclination would be, using this formula, 180 plus tan inverse negative 5 halves. Now last, what's the slope of number 4? The slope is negative 8 over negative 4 will get positive 2. Now it's a positive angle, positively sloped, therefore it's an acute angle, therefore the angle of inclination is simply tan inverse. That's it. Good day, Niners. If you have any questions, you know where to find me at room 508. And if I'm not there, I'm at the basement. Good day.